takes on the Portland Timbers at Mapfre Stadium. Experience the excitement of the first club in MLS. Rally, chant, and cheer the black and gold on to victory. Visit ColumbusCrewSC.com to get your tickets today.
Welcome back, my friends, to Value City Arena here at the Shot. David Wilson, Tony Resch, Brent Ford. Getting ready to bring you the action of today's Division III state semifinal between Archbold and Roger Bacon. VASJ won our first semifinal. They're waiting in the wings for the winner of this game. Our starting lineups will be coming your way in just a moment, but right now we'll go live out to the court for the performance of today's national anthem.
Just athletics. Some of the best and brightest musicians are students at our member schools. Performing the national anthem today is Tribe, Foster High School Ensemble.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our national anthem here at Value City Arena. And both teams now will be introduced here at the Shot as we get closer to tip-off of today's game. Let's give you the starting lineups, and we will tell you, well, let's do the starting lineups after we take our final network timeout. Roger Bacon and Archbold ready to do battle after we pause for these words from the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
KidsLinked.com is a one-of-a-kind family resource for parents to find local kid-friendly activities, family events, cool deals, and fun things to do. Kids Linked publishes helpful print and online family resource guides, hosts their signature Kids Fest family festivals, as well as the Columbus Children's Festival in June and the Learning Rocks Education Expo each November. Check out KidsLinked.com for all the information parents need in one convenient place. That's KidsLinked.com.
There's people who care where I'm going, and good friends who welcome me home. So get a full tank of freedom, drive the American road. And with a full tank of freedom, find your own highway, we'll take you wherever you go.
Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
The OHSAA state tournaments don't stop when they cut down the nets at the Schottenstein Center. Spring is here, and that means it's time for a new season of high school sports across Ohio. The OHSAA Radio Network will call all the action at the baseball and softball state tournaments, June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, as the ladies return to historic Firestone Stadium in Akron, and the boys take over award-winning Huntington Park in downtown Columbus. Keep your dial turned right here for more exciting OHSAA state tournament action. You're listening to the OHSAA Radio Network.
The Ohio High School Athletic Association is a voluntary, nonprofit association of more than 830 public and private high schools and approximately 850 7th and 8th grade schools.
Member schools vote on rules and regulations pertaining to eligibility, scholarship, and many other issues.
Sometimes we have to make tough decisions to enforce the rules, but that's just part of all the things the OHSAA does to make sure Ohio school sports are safe and fun for everyone.
The following is a broadcast presentation of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Friends, the OHSAA Radio Network would like to welcome those listening around the state and around the world on our great affiliates like Salina's WKKI 94.3 FM, Findlay's WFIN 1330 AM, Fostoria's WFOB 1430, WBVI 96.7 FM. In Hamilton, WMOH 1450 AM. Massillon's ESPN 990 WTIG. McConnellsville, WJAW 100.9 FM and 630 AM. Moundsville, West Virginia's WVLY 1370 AM. WZOQ 97.1 FM in Ottawa. And in Wheeling, West Virginia, WKKX 1600 AM. And a reminder that all OHSAA Radio Network broadcasts are available on your mobile device inside the TuneIn app. Just search Rocket Media and on the OHSAA Radio Network page at OHSAA.org. Before we carry on further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the OHSAA Radio Network.
Introducing injured player number 15, Austin Welch for Archbold.
Let's give you the starting lineups now. First off for Archbold, and we will give you 4 names, and there will be a change in the starting lineup, which we'll tell you about in a moment. In the backcourt, a 6'2 junior, averaging 15 a game, Bryce Williams. Eli Miller will start at guard. He is a 5'9 junior, and he will run the point. At forward, a 6-foot junior, Caden Betzel. And in the middle, a 6'5 sophomore center, Rigo Ramos. Austin Welch is a senior who was slated to be a starter. Austin fell under the basket to our left during pregame warmups and appears to be injured and unable to start the game. And we'll try to pick up who the 5th starter will be for Archbold momentarily. For Roger Bacon, a 3-guard alignment in the backcourt for Brian Neal. Brandon Bibbs will start at 1 guard spot. He's a 5'10 junior. Alec Freem, a 6'4 sophomore, averaging 13 a game, will start at a shooting guard spot. And Craig McGee, a 6-foot senior who scored 28 for them in their regional final, will round out the backcourt. James Johnson is 1 forward. He's a 6'6 senior. And rounding out the lineup, the second of the Freem brothers, Nick Freem, a 6'4 junior forward, will start on a wing spot for the Spartans. So once again for Roger Bacon, Bibbs, Alec Freem, and McGee in the backcourt, Johnson and Nick Freem at the forward spots. And just a tough break, Tony, for Archbold as their starting senior forward, Austin Welch, is apparently out with an injury.
Yeah, he went down hard. So it'll be interesting to see who they put in there. But again, you know, it's one of those things where it looks like it's going to be, it looks like it's going to be Cash Garricky, 6'2 junior.
Garricky, averaging 2 points, 3 rebounds per game, will be forced into action. Well, as they have completed the announcement of the starters right now, Tony, let's take a look at what you think are some keys for both clubs. What do you think about Archbold?
Well, Archbold, they definitely have to make sure that they take care of the basketball, you know, and they have to rebound. Those 2 things are going to be key because, you know, Roger Bacon is going to be coming at you. They are able to play multiple defenses, and Roger Bacon is going to be pushing the ball. So for Archbold, take care of the basketball, make sure that you rebound.
And for Roger Bacon, the Spartans, they will obviously have a significant experience and size advantage today.
Well, they do, and they will. I think one of the keys, if they can really push the tempo and push the ball, and if they can create points off their defense, that's going to be huge for them.
Your officials for today's Division III state semifinal: James Duke, Joe Humiston, and Tim Bushner. Duke, Humiston, and Bushner, they will make the impartial calls in today's Division III state semifinal. There is the opening tip. It is taken by the Blue Streaks. And this game is underway at Value City Arena in the Division III state semifinals. And they jump the route. Ball quickly knocked away by Roger Bacon. They will advance the ball quickly. The layup is missed, though. as they failed to take advantage of the early turnover. Brandon Bibbs had his shot altered at the last second, and the Blue Streaks get it back. Eli Miller will drive baseline, but he is shut off there. They'll play it back up top. Bryce Williams now out on the wing. Betzel, a jump shot, rolls out, and Roger Bacon down with the rebound. And again, the Spartans want to push the tempo. They get it to the trailer. It's banked up and in by Nick Freem, the 6'4 junior, who averages 4 a game. And Roger Bacon, the home team in this game, they're up 2-0. A near turnover again, and you can tell right away, Tony, that very tight, aggressive defense by Roger Bacon, capable of forcing a lot of turnovers.
Well, that just did. You know, their defense really generates a lot of points, and that's why it's important for Archbold to be able to make sure that they take care of the basketball. But the other thing, too, is if Archbold can control the tempo, they don't need to get into a fast-paced game.
Freem, he will launch another shot. That one rims out. Rebound comes down to Archbold on an offensive board. Putback is no good. Third effort rims out. That was Ramos. And Roger Bacon finally gets the rebound, and a foul called against the Blue Streaks. Caden Betzel, that's his first and the team's first. And the Spartans will bring it up. Non-shooting foul on the back foul. 2-0 Spartans. They are 24-4. Lost in the state semifinals a year ago, but here for the third time over the last 4 years. Nick Freem has the ball. There's a long shot by Johnson, way off the mark. Long rebound comes out to the Blue Streaks. On the attack, and a block at the other end by Johnson as he was able to stuff Ramos. Now a long three is no good. They fight for it on the perimeter. Ball goes out of bounds. Archbold will keep it. Spartans last to touch it.
Archbold has had some good looks at the basket, but well contested by Roger Bacon. So it's one of those things, if you don't have a complete run out, bring it back out and work it. They don't need to be settling for those long outside shots. Work the ball, try to attack. And here's the other thing, try and get Roger Bacon into some foul trouble.
Right now they have the ball in the hands of Miller. Williams throws it away. Stolen away by Alec Freem, the sophomore. He will go hard to the bucket. Some contact there, no whistle. The layup was missed, and the Blue Streaks are now on the attack. Jump pass goes into the corner. Extra pass to Ramos. Left-handed three, no good. And the rebound grabbed by the Spartans' Nick Freem.
Archbold shoots 37% from the three-point line on the season. So, again, they really need to get in and to get their offense established.
They get it to Johnson underneath. Quickly double-teamed. Gave it up. Shot no good. And a whistle and a foul coming up against Archbold.
Well, they're certainly letting them play today. It's a very aggressive start here to the game, and people diving on the floor for the balls, a lot of contests underneath.
Brandon Bibbs at the foul line. Bibbs hits his first shot. He has one more coming. Did not catch who the foul went against. Here is the next. He misses that one. So Bibbs settles for 1 out of 2. Rebound is knocked out of bounds. And Roger Bacon will drop back defensively, leading it by a score of 3-0 here in the first quarter. 5:29 to go. We're in the early going here. A great crowd on hand for the Division III second semifinal of the day. Quick pass underneath. James Johnson, boy, he is very quick, the senior, averaging 12.5 points a game, 5 rebounds. He is matched up with Rigo Ramos inside. Ramos gets the inbounds pass. Johnson all over him right there on the perimeter. And again, the ball knocked away.
Again, they're very active with their hands. The other thing that they're doing well is playing the passing lanes.
Ramos will try and throw it in, and he does so to Miller. Under duress, grabbed or guarded by Bibbs. Now they throw it away. Another steal by Nick Freem. The run out for McGee. He puts it up and in with the left hand.
Now points off turnovers.
5-0. Roger Bacon pitching a shutout so far. 3 minutes into the first quarter. McGee with his first 2. Again, he had a career-high 28 in their regional final. Miller gets it to Ramos. Ramos again guarded by Johnson in the man-to-man. They switch out on a screen. Johnson now gets back to Ramos. Pokes it into the Roger Bacon bench.
Well, as active as Roger Bacon is on the defensive end, it's extremely important that Archbold makes sure that they don't line up even with the defenders. They have to create passing lanes as that defense is putting a lot of pressure on the ball. In this particular case, picking the ball up.
Williams tries to drive through 4 defenders, had the ball knocked away. They get it back now into the hands of Betzel. Caden Betzel, crossover dribble, being guarded by the Spartans, and again a steal by Alec Freem. He has a wide open layup and puts it in with the right hand.
The offense cannot line up even with the defense. You have to relocate to be able to give your teammate an out. Those turnovers that are happening is because the offense is too flat within their offense, so they need to make sure they come back to the ball.
Well, it's a 7-0 Roger Bacon lead, and Archbold takes a timeout. And interesting to note that 4 different players have now scored for Roger Bacon in this game already. Today's game brought to you by Chocolate Milk. Fuel up with chocolate milk. By Marathon, fueling the American spirit. Spectrum Sports, the home of high school sports. And by Nationwide Children's Hospital. When your child needs a hospital, everything matters. Right now, Archbold 0 of 7 from the floor, Tony. Meanwhile, Roger Bacon 3 out of 6.
Well, David, here's the thing. You've got Archbold that's making the dribble drive. They're drawing 2 defenders. But the problem is the person that they're looking at making that pass to is too flat. And that's why it's allowing Roger Bacon to play the passing lanes. Therefore, they're able to get steals, and they're converting.
Yeah, almost forcing them to try to throw it through a defender.
Well, yeah, there's no passing lane, so that's where you've got to relocate.
4 minutes to go, first quarter. Archbold ball. Ramos has it, stripped away. Stolen away by the Spartans. Another layup opportunity is up and good. That was Craig McGee Jr. He has 4 points, and it's 9-0. The Spartans coming out on fire today. Driving down the lane. The dish out. Open up at the top of the key for Miller, and he will drive, and a hand check foul by Trey Hennicus, the 5'9 senior.
Well, that's what you want. You want to be able to get that dribble penetration. And then you want to be able to draw the defenders. That's what you want. And whether or not you can split those defenders, or if you have to give that pass out. But it's the off-ball movement that is the key to the offense being effective.
Eli Miller in front court to Ramos. Now they get it over to Betzel. Back to their fine scoring guard, Bryce Williams, at the foul line. He's guarded by McGee Jr. Miller has it, drives down the lane, the ball knocked away, and a late whistle and a foul. Miller ended up on the deck. See who gets the personal here on the reach in. Looks like it will be Justin Johnson, guilty of the foul. Johnson, a senior. Now James Johnson checks back in. Also Brandon Bibbs, who had been out, he is back in for the Spartans of Roger Bacon High School, 24-4 on the year. They get it inside, and a block recorded by Justin Johnson. Spartans take over, and Archbold still with a 0 on the board. We have 3:09 to go in the first quarter. Justin Johnson driving. He has his shot blocked by Cash Garricky, but a foul is called.
Johnson had a great first step, very explosive. He got the ball on the wing, just a little shot fake, and off that first step, he was able to blow by his defender.
3 team fouls now against Archbold, 3:04 to go, 9-0. How important would a bucket be for Archbold right now just to give them a chance to exhale?
Well, again, you know, they're looking at a lot of dribbling and the very active hands and the good positioning by Roger Bacon is really forcing Archbold into some situations. But it's the off-ball movement that has to continue, or really not even continue, it has to start because there's no pass out. Therefore, Roger Bacon is able to go down to the other end. There's just the offense is too stagnant right now for Archbold.
Yeah, the defense really leading to some great offensive opportunities. Johnson missed his first foul shot. Second is on the way. That one is too strong as well, and Garricky grabs the rebound. And again, if you've joined us late, Austin Welch, a starting forward for Archbold, injured during pregame warmups, and we have not seen him yet in the game. It does not appear that he's going to be able to see the court today for the Blue Streaks. So a quick sub into the starting lineup for Cash Garricky. Here's a three ball. Good. Bryce Williams with a hand in his face knocks down a three just to the left of the key. And it's 9-3. Roger Bacon's lead cut to 6. And the Spartans have the ball.
Well, that came off of a ball reversal and drawing those two defenders, and that's where he was open for that shot at the left side of the key.
Brandon Bibbs plays it over to Justin Johnson, the senior, averaging 10 a game. Now a drive on the baseline, ball stripped away, and a foul call. And I think they may get Garricky again. If so, that's his second foul. Nope. It is going to go against Toby Walker. Walker, the 5'7" senior for the Blue Streaks. His first, and that will send Trey Hennekees to the foul line for 2 shots. Just 2 of 9 on the year. So did not get to the foul line very often. The shot is up and perfect.
Well, as a defender, what you want to try and do is you want to try and get the ball on the way up. As an offensive player is coming in off the dribble, you want to have quick hands and again, try and get it on the way up. Problem is Toby Walker made a little too much contact. He wasn't happy with that foul, but Hennekees did a good job of being able to pull up for that jumper.
Second foul shot is short. Rigo Ramos pulls down the rebound for the Blue Streaks. It's a 10-3 ball game with 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter, the D3 state semifinals. And a case goes to Miller. Miller will fire a long three. That one's off the rim. It goes off to the right, and it's grabbed by Big James Johnson. And a pass thrown away at half court. Is aiming for Trey Hennekees, but it goes out of bounds.
Now this is an opportunity here for Archbold. And see what they do off this possession. The last couple possessions, they've had a couple good looks at the basket.
Well, a potential to pull the win to within 5, maybe 4 if they hit a 3. Eli Miller, the junior, will bring it up for Archbold. Pass goes down to the right wing, and the ball knocked away, and it's going to go off of Toby Walker and out of bounds. The Blue Streaks give it up on the turnover. Well, Doug Kraus, the 33-year head coach of the Archbold Blue Streaks, there's no situation in basketball that he has not seen. And so he does not look panicked over on the sideline at all. 1:35 to go here in the first quarter. Into the corner, Bibbs for 3. That one is off the mark. It goes off the heel of the rim and over to the right. The Blue Streaks control. Eli Miller gets shut off by Bibbs. Now back out to Bryce Williams. He'll be a big factor today. He leaves his feet, fires a shot from the foul line. It is short. Bibbs with the run out. They get the ball ahead to Justin Johnson. He attacks the rim and banks it in.
There's no question where Johnson was going with that one.
12-3. Roger Bacon leading the Archbold Blue Streaks. 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Miller, spin move in the lane, gets into a crowd, draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
Eli Miller, 5'9", averaging almost 10 points a game, but he's quick off the dribble. But again, when you have somebody that's looking at taking the ball to the basket that much and trying to create that much, it's because your teammates are not moving. They, again, got to have that off-ball movement.
He is a left-handed shooter, and he knocks down the shot. That's his first point of the state semifinals. That makes it 12-4. Here's a stat for you for Eli Miller, the man at the foul line right now as the point guard for the Blue Streaks. 132 assists versus 49 turnovers this year.
It's a nice little assist-to-turnover ratio.
Here is the shot. He got them both. 2 for Miller. He earns those 2 points. 12-5. It's a 7-point Roger Bacon lead with 57 seconds left. And their watchword so far today has been defense. Walking it up, Craig McGee Jr., averaging 18 a game in the tournament and shooting 64% from the floor in tournament play. So he is peaking at the right time. James Johnson has it way out behind the arc at the top of the key area. 35 seconds left, and it looks like Doug Kraus, or pardon me, Brian Neal is going to ask him to go for the final shot of the quarter. 20 seconds left now. Johnson has it near the top of the key. They'll play it back now to McGee. And now Brandon Bibbs just playing catch and a weave at the top. Now 10 seconds to go, and they'll start their offensive set. They get it to McGee Jr. Now Johnson, a long three. It is short, and a grab by Bibbs puts it back up and in at the buzzer. Brandon Bibbs throws it in, fading away. His first basket of the day. He has 3 points, and a buzzer beater at the first quarter makes it 14-5 in favor of Roger Bacon. Second quarter action is coming up from Value City Arena. First this time out from your local stations on the OHSAA Radio Network.
Multi-award-winning singer-songwriter John Mayer, live in concert. The Search for Everything World Tour. An evening of acoustic full band and John Mayer trio sets. Schottenstein Center, April 12th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Every ticket transaction includes a physical copy of the new album, The Search for Everything. Must be redeemed by May 22nd. There's more at johnmayer.com.
Did you just look down at your phone? You did it again, didn't you? You know, you're flying down the road in a 3-ton hunk of steel, and a text takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's long enough to travel the length of a football field and cause some serious damage. Turn it off. Trust me, whatever it is, you'll live.
Learn more at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Go to the second quarter here in the Division III state semifinals on championship weekend here at Value City Arena. David Wilson along with Tony Resch. And Roger Bacon has the ball on the restart. They lead it by a score of 14-5. McGee plays it to Bibbs, who had the buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter. And now Johnson back to Brandon Bibbs. They are being very patient right now. Tony working the ball around the perimeter. There goes a long three from Freem. It's no good. Off the front rim, a little bit short. And Eli Miller comes down with the rebound for the Blue Streaks of Archbold High School. Here's Miller for three off the front rim. And it's grabbed by James Johnson. Johnson can really control the boards as long as he gets proper position. Here's Alec Freem. They call him on a travel.
Just shuffle those feet. That happens all too often. You go to shot fake, a little jab and go. That's part of the jab series. You've got like 6 different moves out of the jab series, but the bottom line is you have to jab and step with the same foot.
Alec Freem, the sophomore, averaging 13 a game. He rocks the low tops, Tony. That's not good for the jab step. Eli Miller has the ball. He gets knocked around by Brandon Bibbs. That'll be Brandon's second foul, a careless foul there. And we'll see what Brian Neal decides to do with his fine guard, Brandon Bibbs, now that he has 2 fouls. He will go to the bench. Hennekes comes back in. Blue Streaks ball. Ramos will throw it in. Bryce Williams has the ball. Now to Miller. He wants to drive. He is a player with no fear, Eli Miller. Here's Ramos for 3. High arcing rainbow shot is off the rim, no good, and they are on the run out. Roger Bacon gets it to Johnson. He lays it up and in.
Well, here's the problem when you have Ramos taking those shots. It's the fact that there's nobody inside to rebound.
Now a driving shot by Williams. That is no good. Alec Freem the rebound, and he spins his way up the court. He gets underneath. He puts it up. Missed the layup somehow. The bunny would not go in for Alec Freem, and a whistle and a foul on the rebound will go against Roger Bacon. They hold a 16-5 lead. Right now, Alec Freem is wondering how that one did not go in.
Oh, he just hesitated. He really needed to go up. He was trying to get the shot fake. When he went up, he thought about it too much. I don't have a problem with Ramos for Archbold taking that shot, right? Because he's a shooter, and it shows his versatility. But the problem is since Archbold does not have the size, there's nobody inside to rebound. So then they're one and done, and that's where Roger Bacon's getting the runouts.
And a steal. They take it away from Williams. They're pushing it up. This is McGee. Alley-oop for Justin Johnson, and he slams it down. Justin Johnson with 4 points. That makes it 18-5. Roger Bacon. Here's Betzel for 3, and that one rattles home. He was deep behind the arc. NBA range for Betzel. That's his first basket. Now a driving layup. Justin Johnson hits the shot. Betzel was trying to take a charge. He is called on the blocking foul. It's 18-8. Pardon me, make it now 20-8. And Justin Johnson at the line.
Well, Coach Doug Kraus from Archbold is upset with his team, the fact that they're not getting back in transition defense.
Here is the bonus, I should say the and one attempt, and he hits it. And Justin Johnson has 7. That makes it 21-8. Here's Betzel for 3 on the left. Not this time. And it's knocked away. It's loose. And a whistle. And they say it was out of bounds off of Eli Miller. And I don't recall a team that is as opportunistic as Roger Bacon is, Tony.
Absolutely. Again, that's what we talked about in terms of the points and keys to the game is the fact that, to be able to create points off their defense, because they do that extremely well.
5:28 to go. We're in the second quarter. We'll be talking with Babe Kwasniak at halftime, the victorious coach of the Villa Angela St. Joseph Vikings. They'll play the winner of this game on Saturday afternoon at 5:15. Here's Johnson stepping up for a 3 on the left. It's off the mark, and the rebound by Justin Johnson, but they're going to get him on a push-off. So Johnson's guilty of his second foul. It'll go over to Archbold. 5:10 to go. Still plenty of time for them to sort of get things settled down here and hit a couple of shots. Now 21-8. Roger Bacon 9 out of their first 17. And meanwhile, Archbold really struggling from the floor. They are just 2 of 15. Eli Miller will bring it up.
Yeah, it's tough when you're shooting 13%.
Miller drives down the lane. The kick out for Ramos. He juggled the ball just a little bit, which cost him an opportunity for a 3. Now Miller gets it back. He has his shot blocked by James Johnson. Johnson has the ball and will bring it up. Henneke's back to Johnson on the give and go. That's James Johnson. He scores his 4th point, 23-8. Roger Bacon looks unstoppable so far in the first half. A timeout taken by the Archbold Blue Streaks with 4:42 to go before halftime. Today's game brought to you in part by the American Dairy Association. Fuel up with chocolate milk. It's a delicious way to put something good in your body. Nutrient-rich chocolate milk is packed with carbs for energy, protein for muscle growth, electrolytes to rehydrate, and vitamins and minerals to build strong bones. And enjoying low-fat chocolate milk is an easy way to help you get the 3 servings of dairy that you need each and every day. And you can find them on Facebook at Fuel Up with Chocolate Milk. Well, right now, Doug Kraus will have to reach into his coaching bag of tricks right now because they have to slow down a very aggressive Roger Bacon Spartans team that can advance the ball in the blink of an eye.
Absolutely. They take advantage of every opportunity. And again, how about the play, though, of Johnson? James Johnson doing a tremendous job of being a force defensively and then running the floor. He can get rim to rim as quickly as anybody and is on the receiving end to get the ball back.
All right, now 4 points, 2 rebounds for the big man. 2 out of 5. And full court pressure now for Archbold, and they commit an immediate foul coming out of the timeout. Looks like they're going to get Eli Miller on the foul. That's his first. And for Archbold, that's team foul number 5. Now they call it on Henneke, so it's a foul against Roger Bacon. And they have only 6 fouls on the board, but they say that is team foul number 7, so they are shooting. 1-on-1 opportunity for Eli Miller. So Archbold misfires on the front end of the 1-and-1, so they cannot cash in, and now the Spartans have it. Bibb is back in, playing with 2 fouls. Ball screen up top. Now they get the ball on the baseline to Freem. His shot is blocked, put back blocked. Now a third effort is up and good. The Freem brothers working together. That's Nick Freem putting it back in. He has 4 points. Bryce Williams for 3 for Archbold. That's no good. And Big James Johnson grabs the rebound. Right now at 25-8, Roger Bacon lead. Nick Freem, that's McGee for 3, and he nails it.
Now that's why you don't want to get into quick shots. If you're Archbold, you need to be able to work the clock, work the possession, because otherwise Roger Bacon is keeping it one and done, and they're going down at the other end, and they're scoring effectively.
3:52 to go before halftime. It is now a 20-point Roger Bacon lead, 28-8. Ramos, a driving layup, it won't fall. Well, you miss shots like that when you're down by 20, it seems like. That one went down in the cylinder and came back out.
Well, it does hurt, but if you're Archbold, you're going to have to only crash maybe 2-3 people at the most, and you have to send 2 people back to get back in transition defense because the runouts have been way too easy for Roger Bacon.
Well, Nick Frame is fouled, and I believe they got Bryce Williams on the foul. That is his first team foul, number 6 against the Blue Streak, so non-shooting infraction. 3:30 to go here in the second quarter. Spartans inbound, leading it by 20 points, 28-8. Here's McGee, another 3, and left it short that time. Williams has it, leaves his feet, throws it up court for Miller. He saves it inbounds to Betzel, and then the ball knocked out of bounds by Nick Frame. Right now, Archbold has not scored a point in the last 2 minutes and 41 seconds of this game.
That possession right there is just a sign of how much pressure Roger Bacon is putting on Archbold.
Tony Lukin checks in for the Spartans. Lukin is a senior, one of 7 on the club. 3:10 to go. Second quarter. Betzel trapped inside. He has his shot swatted away by Frame. They get it ahead. And the layup is up and good by Brandon Bibbs. Give Alec Frame the block and the assist on that. Bibbs has 5, and it's 30-8. Roger Bacon continues to extend this lead. Out front, Rigo Ramos. He's guarded by James Johnson. Now Eli Miller for the Blue Streaks at the top of the key. They've won 11 in a row coming into the Final Four. They are down now by 22. Ramos has it. Top of the key. 2.5 to go before the end of the second quarter. Betzel drives inside. Back to Miller. Left elbow. Betzel drives again into the paint. No look pass underneath to Garricky. Ramos steps inside the arc. He shoots and hits.
Now the difference in that possession, they worked the ball, they took the time. And then to be able to make those extra passes, then you find somebody that's open.
30-10. Now a pass inside to Alec Frame. Quick touch pass over to Lukin. He scores. Give Frame the assist. Lukin his first 2. And everybody getting into the act for Roger Bacon right now. It's 32-10.
Now that's what happens when you get your spacing. It forces that defense to be able to have to rotate. And the backside rotation did not happen.
Williams for 3. No good. Comes right back to him. Shoots a 3. Got it this time. Given a second chance, Bryce Williams nails his second 3 for Archbold. 32-13. 1:28 to go. Driving underneath. And it's McGee who is fouled. Shot hung on the rim and fell off. And Eli Miller guilty of the foul, and that will send Craig McGee Jr. to the line. That is team foul number 7 against Archbold. 1:26 to go here in the second quarter. Here's the shot. It's no good. And again, we'll talk with Babe Kwasniak at halftime, get his thoughts on that VASJ victory in the state semifinal earlier this morning.
Well, that's a nice little running match that we saw earlier today.
Shot is up and good by McGee. He has 8 points, so he leads the Roger Bacon contingent right now. 33-13. Spartans leading the Blue Streaks. Bryce Williams back out to Eli Miller. Miller, just a junior. Fires it to Betzel. There goes a 3, right corner, in and out. Ramos skies for the rebound, has it taken away, and a jump ball is called. That was a jump ball in midair.
Yeah, well, that, you know what? That's a good-looking shot by Betzel. He had spacing, he got in a gap, and then when Betzel's taking that shot, who do you have inside rebounding? But you got Ramos, so that's huge. That again, you've got your size on the inside. Ramos at 6'5", and he's the tallest player on the court.
Miller spots up from the left corner and nails a three.
Well, I should say on the court for Archbold. So that's why it's important he's inside. He can't shoot the three, but if he's not inside, you don't have any rebounders.
Right now, 33-16. We have 47 seconds left. And Roger Bacon will be content to just take the air out of the ball here, Tony, with 40 seconds left, almost a minute when they started this possession. And a bad pass is knocked away. And it will go to Roger Bacon. Nice hustle play by Bryce Williams to try and get his hands on that ball, which he did.
Now, that's what happens when that pass is coming. You want to shoot up in the gap and get in the passing lane, and he almost got himself a steal.
So 33 seconds left. When you have played so well and you built up such a lead, is it surprising to you at all to sort of just give away the last 40 seconds or so?
Well, no, I think, you know what, this is a situation where they may be practicing a couple of situational things. So, you don't know what you're going to be facing. I mean, they're obviously leading here in the first half, but you never know if they advance what they're going to be facing tomorrow. So that to be able to work and find that open player is huge. These are situational things that are really need to practice.
James Johnson, a driving layup for Roger Bacon. He banks it home, and then Eli Miller's shot from the top of the key is way short as the second quarter comes to a close. James Johnson of Roger Bacon finishes the first half with 6 points and 5 rebounds. And that late bucket gives Roger Bacon a 35-16 lead here at halftime. The Spartans coming in with a superior defensive effort. After winning their regional final over Summit Country Day, they have picked up right where they left off, and they hold a commanding 19-point lead here at the halftime break. Stay tuned. Our halftime show is coming up from Value City Arena. We'll be talking with Babe Kwasniak, the head coach of Villa Angela St. Joseph. And we'll take a look at the halftime numbers and get you set for the start of the third quarter as well. Come on back. Our halftime show commences after these words from your local stations on the OHSAA Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Ron Stokes, analyst for Ohio State basketball.
I'm Jim Lachey, analyst for Ohio State football.
Want an edge on your competition? Start by eating a balanced, nutrient-rich diet packed with protein, carbohydrates, and dairy.
And finish with a low-fat or fat-free chocolate milk. It provides 9 essential nutrients to replenish the fluids lost when you've given it your all.
You've trained, practiced, and played. Now fuel up with chocolate milk.
For more information, visit drink-milk.com.
American Dairy Association Mideast is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Here's Ohio High School Athletic Association Commissioner Dr. Dan Ross on sportsmanship.
Middle school and high school athletics are about so much more than wins and losses. By participating in school sports, kids learn teamwork, discipline, sportsmanship, and what it means to represent their school and their community. We cannot say it enough. Let's respect the game and make good sportsmanship the result we all achieve.
A message from the OHSAA.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach. The simple truth about education-based athletics in Ohio is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, it just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Don't miss the action on Saturday, March 25th at 7:30 as Columbus Crew SC takes on the Portland Timbers at Mafre Stadium. Experience the excitement of the first club in MLS. Rally, chant, and cheer the black and gold on to victory. Visit ColumbusCrewSC.com to get your tickets today.
here on the OHSAA Radio Network courtside here at Value City Arena. We're at halftime of the second Division III state semifinal. Roger Bacon hitting on all cylinders. They lead Archbold by a score of 35-16. The winner of this game will advance to play the VASJ Vikings in Saturday's state championship game at 5:15 Eastern Time. We're joined by the head coach of the Vikes, Babe Kwasniak. And, Coach, congratulations on a very complete ball game that you guys played earlier this morning in picking up that 73-50 win against Fairland, a very difficult opponent for you. But I guess first comment on your defense and the way it sort of took over there in the late stages of the first half.
Well, thanks, Dave. And first off, to get to this game the fifth time in a row it's just a whole nother stratosphere. As you know, my old man he's been bringing me to these games since I was 6 years old. He just shook his head. He's like, I can't believe it. I can't believe we're playing this game for the fifth time in a row. But yeah, we were defensively we were stout. I thought there's no substitute for experience in this game, and that's a very, very good team. They're all juniors, and I thought they just struggled shooting the basketball a little bit, and we shot our highest percentage that we did all year. And I think that, again, there's no substitute for experience, and the fact that our kids have been here before, these are bright lights, and it's not that their kids shrank from the moment. It's just if you've never been on this stage, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for a high school kid to play in front of this many people on these rims in this arena. And the fact that our kids, we were accustomed to it.
Well, no doubt about it. I was going to ask you, Babe, about the opportunity for your older guys, your seniors, who now have been down here every year of their high school career, and I'm sure they value it. They don't take it for granted, but boy, when you can create a culture where, boy, that's kind of what is expected. We expect to be successful. That says a lot.
You said it, Dave, and I think what happens is if you're entitled and you don't, and if you're not grateful for it, we wouldn't be down here. The fact is, of all of our seniors, none of them played varsity as a freshman. They all played on the freshman team. So it just shows the culture of our program. To be down here and. You said it best. If you take it for granted, there's a lot of good teams not playing this weekend. A lot of really, really good teams.
You guys are now 22-6, and one thing that really stood out to me, Babe, was the way you guys share the basketball. You had a lot of people in double figures today, a lot of guys in the scoring column, and just seemed like the key goal was to get the best shot. It didn't really matter who took it.
Correct. Yeah, that's our philosophy is to try to get a high percentage shot. And again, we shot 60%, which is I think the highest we've shot all year. And then we create matchup problems by our personnel. Both Danny McGarry and Will Butler are both point forwards. They both play a 4 for us, but and they can stretch the defense out because they're both so great at passing the basketball, and that just enables us to do a lot of things. I thought Alonzo did a great job tonight too. I know he led us in scoring, but the fact that they face guarded him and they try to take him away, and he just let the game come to him. It kind of opened the lanes for Gene to drive the basketball and Will to kind of do his thing. So I think it showed a maturation level on his end.
Well, he's just a young man, a sophomore. Alonzo Gaffney had 18 points today, grabbed 9 rebounds for you, Babe, 28 minutes, had a steal and a block and an assist. And you're no stranger to working with some of these guys in the early parts, of their high school career when they get to the varsity level, and you've been able to develop some of these guys to go on to Division I basketball. What's the key for you as a coach to work with a young guy like that who has so much talent?
Thank you, Dave. First off, thank you for saying that. A lot of it starts with their parents. In Alonzo's case, his dad was a McDonald's All-American and played at Cincinnati, and so a lot of it starts with, because if they're not going to listen to parents, they're probably not going to do so well with us. And then the other part is that they got to want to be pushed. They got to, and early in Alonzo's career, he struggled with that, and we have so many great role models for him. As you mentioned, Derek Pardon at Northwestern and Carlton Bragg at Kansas, Brian Parker at Marist, Dwayne Gibson at Evansville, and part of it's the mentor program. It's putting them with somebody, and we teach our kids, hey, getting yelled at's a skill. So if you're going to play for us, you're going to get screamed at, and that's something we try to tell them, because when they get to the next level, then they'll be used to it.
Well, your procedure at the state Final Four weekend is well honed. What will you do with your guys the rest of today and tonight to get ready for tomorrow, Babe?
Well, we'll definitely come tonight, and even though it's a late game, we'll probably come and watch St. Ed's, just because you got to take this in. And St. Ed's is from our area, from Northeast Ohio. Eric Flannery's a great friend of mine, and we'll go and we'll pull hard for St. Ed's tonight versus Jackson. And then we'll try to get them home, get the proper rest, get up, get a shoot around in the morning, and, gather as much information as we can about, what it looks to be Roger Bacon. I know there's another half left, and get ready to try to make history even more, Dave, to get our 7th state championship.
6-time state champs, and now a chance to move into a tie, I believe, with Middletown High School, that won 7. Just incredibly rarefied air for you guys to be back here. It just has to be a thrill, especially to be there with your dad, baby.
It is. And, again, at the end of the game, he was just shaking his head, Dave. He's like, I cannot believe we're doing this. And that's, it's hard to tell the kids that. A lot of them, they've never not been there, so they don't truly understand how hard it is, to do this. And that's something, no matter what happens tomorrow, that's something I told them nobody can ever take away from you. You guys, they're going to be talking about this 40, 50, maybe 60 years from now. And that's truly special.
All right, babe, enjoy the second half here as you take this one in as part coach, part scout, and we'll see you out here tomorrow afternoon. Should be a great championship game. Thanks for coming over.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right, Babe Kwasniak of the VASJ Vikings joining us here courtside on the OHSAA Radio Network. We'll take a timeout and be back with more. First, these words from your local stations on the OHSAA Radio Network.
We have learned that 1 in 5 teens abuse prescription medications not prescribed to them that can lead to serious addictions. This is Governor John Kasich. Drugs are destroying our communities and taking futures away from our young people. That is why safety partners like the Ohio State Highway Patrol and the Ohio National Guard have joined forces to give our young folks 5 Minutes for Life, a program dedicated to reducing drug use among Ohio teens. Learn more about the program at facebook.com/5 Minutes for Life.
The OHSAA state tournaments don't stop when they cut down the nets at the Schottenstein Center. Spring is here, and that means it's time for a new season of high school sports across Ohio. The OHSAA Radio Network will call all the action at the baseball and softball state tournaments, June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, as the ladies return to historic Firestone Stadium in Akron, and the boys take over award-winning Huntington Park in downtown Columbus. Keep your dial turned right here for more exciting OHSAA state tournament action. You're listening to the OHSAA Radio Network.
Brantley Gilbert. Live in concert. The Devil Don't Sleep Tour. With special guests Tucker Beathard and Luke Combs. Country's hottest, Brantley Gilbert. Schottenstein Center, Saturday, April 8th. Tickets on sale now at the venue box office and Ticketmaster.com. There's more at BrantleyGilbert.com.
Former Ohio State and NFL quarterback Bobby Hoy on life lessons through sports.
The member schools of the Ohio High School Athletic Association share in the mission of educational athletics. That means that school sports are an extension of the classroom and play an important part of a well-rounded education. Student athletes do a lot more than just play sports, but it's the lessons they learn through sports that last a lifetime.
This message brought to you by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
Friends, today's coverage of the OHSAA Boys Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Chocolate Milk. Fuel up with chocolate milk. By Marathon, fueling the American spirit. By Spectrum Sports, the home of high school sports. And by Nationwide Children's Hospital. When your child needs a hospital, everything matters. Today's broadcast is a presentation of the OHSAA Radio Network. In any commercial use, retransmission, or distribution without the express written consent of the OHSAA is strictly prohibited. The announcers and production staff for this game were selected by the OHSAA. For more information, log on to the OHSAA Radio Network page at ohsaa.org. Along with our engineer, Brent Ford, David Wilson, Tony Resch, back here at Value City Arena. Roger Bacon leading Archbold by a score of 35-16. And Tony, the stat sheet certainly is a reflection of this lopsided score right now, as Roger Bacon is dominated in all phases. But let's talk about the adversity that Archbold faced before the game even tipped off today with one of their starters, Austin Welch, who was injured in pregame warmups. They were expecting him to be a starter, and then all of a sudden things have to get switched around. Not a good way to start your state semifinal appearance.
No, it's unfortunate for him. You could tell he was upset, and that was just a tough way to go. he went to go in for a layup and ended up falling on the floor. So, but either way, emotionally for him, as well as the change in the starting lineup, it's just a tough situation for everybody. It's good to see him out on the court right now. He's got a bag of ice and his knees wrapped, but just a tough situation for everybody.
Well, Roger Bacon shooting 58%, Tony, from the floor on 15 of 26 shooting. Only 1 of 7 from three-point range, 4 of 9 from the line. They turned it over only twice in the first half. Meanwhile, Archbold, 5 of 25 shooting for 20%, 4 of 15 from behind the arc. So 4 of their 5 baskets were three-pointers today. 2 of 3 from the line. Roger Bacon out-rebounding Archbold 18-17. The Blue Streaks, Tony, 7 turnovers, leading to 8 Roger Bacon points in the first half of play. But really sizzling shooting the basketball, and that's because a lot of those are driving layups.
Absolutely. You get the runouts, and again, off the turnovers and off of the rebounds, they've been able to run. And the problem is for Archbold, they're only getting one opportunity at the basket. They're not getting they've had a couple of opportunities to get second chance points. They have scored 6 points off of 6 offensive rebounds, which is huge. So they've had 3 putbacks. But, again, the runouts that Roger Bacon has had has been from 2 different aspects. Again, their defensive pressure, and then also running off of the rebounds.
Well, individual scoring, no one in double figures right now. Roger Bacon's Craig McGee Jr. with 8, and Justin Johnson with 7. James Johnson has 6, and Brandon Bibbs has 5. For Archbold, their fine junior shooting guard Bryce Williams has 6 points to lead the way. He is the only Archbold player with multiple baskets today.
Yeah, and again, some of those have come from the outside, and he's been able to, look at attacking the basket a little bit, but also he has knocked down 2 3-pointers. So, the points have not come easily, that's for sure.
All right, so Archbold comes back out, and it looks like their original starters are in the ball game. And Roger Bacon will issue forth from their bench as well. The Freem brothers are in with Bibb, as well as Craig McGee and James Johnson. And in fact, Johnson will throw it in at half court right in front of our broadcast location. And Roger Bacon has the ball on the restart, and away we go here in the third quarter. They're attacking right to left as Tony and I view the court here at Value City Arena. Craig McGee Jr. to Bibbs. And out of Freem. They are running it. Freem at the arc, fires and hits a 3. Left point 3 for Alec Freem. He has 5 points in the game. And Roger Bacon starts out the third quarter with a 3 ball, and it's 38-16. Betzel gets it to the top of the key to Garricky for the Blue Streaks. Now Williams, crossover dribble, gets to the right elbow, down to Garricky. Trying to dribble through the lane, lost it. Johnson comes up with it from his back. Finds Freem. Bibbs gets it ahead to McGee. Craig McGee, quick no-look pass down low. It's stolen away by Eli Miller. Miller has it for Archbold. It's 38-16 right now. Betzel for 3. That's too strong. Ramos runs down the offensive rebound. Now Miller up top. Angles over to the right and tries to flip it into the corner and throws it away. That was a close-range pass at a high rate of speed, and Ramos could not come up with it.
It'll be an opportunity here for Archbold to be able to see if they can play some solid defense, see if they can create something. But right now, Roger Bacon, a lot of motion within their offense. But Archbold cannot play zone defense. Just the length and the movement that Roger Bacon has, you absolutely have to play man-to-man.
Johnson pump fakes, drives on Ramos, and lays it up with the right hand. James Johnson has 8 points, his first basket of the third quarter, and it's a 40-16 Roger Bacon lead. Bryce Williams, side of the lane, gets rid of it to Miller. No openings for Archbold right now. Roger Bacon playing very tight man-to-man defense right now. Ramos. Look at Johnson right inside his jersey. Now Williams for three. Missed everything. And a foul on the rebound as Nick Freem left his feet. They're going to call him on an on-the-back foul. That'll be his first.
Yeah, he tried slapping at that rebound. He was a little shocked that they called the foul, but he slapped and there was contact that was made. Now, you know, again, you've got Archbold that's in a 1-2-2 out of their inbounds and coming back to the inbounder and then going right back inside. So they're trying to really work the ball.
Betzel driving in, has it poked away. He got it back. Now Ramos for he got it.
Nice action there. Quite a bit of movement and some interaction. They're interchanging players, so that was a very good possession by Archbold.
40-19. Roger Bacon by 21 points right now. They have the lead and the ball. It's McGee Jr. dishing it inside to Nick Freem. He puts it up, no good, draws the foul. Looks like they'll get Garricky on the foul. Garricky was the guy who stepped into the starting lineup when Austin Welch was injured in pregame warmups today. They say a non-shooting foul there.
Yeah, it was definitely on the floor as Freem was posting up.
So they will inbound to the right of the backboard. Johnson to throw it in. Alec Freem has it. Now McGee. Top of the key to Bibbs. He'll fire it down low. They get it to Nick Freem. Fades away. Has it partially blocked by Caleb Woolley. And a jump ball on the rebound. And it looks like that will go over to Archbold on the alternating possession arrow.
Well, that's not going to stop Roger Bacon from picking up full court. We've got Craig McGee that's on the ball.
He'll provide some defensive coverage on Miller. They go to the left for Betzel. There goes a three. Got another one. Left wing three for Caden Betzel. He has 6 points. All of a sudden, it's 40-22. 5 minutes to go, third quarter.
Betzel can score from the outside. He's a 44% three-point shooter.
Nick Freem has it taken away. Good steal here by Eli Miller. Blue Streaks on the attack. Miller lays it up but missed it. And the rebound tipped out of bounds. It goes off of the Blue Streaks, and Roger Bacon will get it back with 4:48 to go. Justin Johnson will check in, and Nick Freem, the junior, goes to the bench.
Now, Eli Miller went to take the ball to the basket. Not a bad idea, but the problem is he slid a little bit, got back on his heels, and he was not able to get up and get the extension that he would have liked on that shot.
Left it just a little bit short. Now Miller has it to Bibbs. Roger Bacon working the offense. Justin Johnson gets it over to Bibbs now on the left wing. They're posting up inside. Alec Freem has it. He's trapped underneath the basket, throws it away. Eli Miller picks it off for Archbold. Ramos has it. Miller right at the top of the key. Back to Williams. Williams wants to drive, takes some contact, throws up a running right-hander. It's no good. And the rebound comes off to the Spartans. Justin Johnson gets all the way down to the low block. Gives it back to Craig McGee. He lays it up and in with the right hand. McGee trailing the play. He's now in double figures with 10. 42-22. Roger Bacon in control here. Halfway through this third quarter at Value City Arena. Roger Bacon in their 7th overall Final Four. Bad pass picked off by Johnson. Here come the Spartans. McGee, right-hand layup from the left side is good. Give Justin Johnson the assist. McGee has a dozen, and it's 44-22.
Now, one of the things that Roger Bacon does extremely well is they play the passing lanes. We had talked about it in the first half.
There's a steal by Johnson, Tony, right on cue, and he lays it up and got it and draws the foul. Rigo Ramos guilty of the foul, and Johnson will have a chance for a three-point play. He's now in double figures with 10.
Now what's happening is as Archbold is trying to run some pick and rolls, great idea. You're working on a two-man game. Nothing wrong with that. But off the roll, Roger Bacon is playing in the passing lanes. So therefore, the ball handler needs to create a little better passing angle to be able to find the roller. If not, you need to be moving that ball into a different direction.
Well, Johnson hits the foul shot, and he has 11. 47-22. So a quick 7-0 run right now by Roger Bacon. 3:18 to go here in the third quarter. Pass thrown out into the backcourt. It'll be an over and back violation. Toby Walker got caught in a double team, left his feet, had no one to throw to. It looks like Doug Kraus will ask for and get a timeout. So Archbold takes a breather here. It looked for a moment, Tony, after they got a 3 from Betzel, it was 40-22, and of course being down by 18 isn't exactly a big rally, but they did have some positive vibes going out there with a couple of buckets and a couple of stops, but now 7 straight points by Roger Bacon, and they're back in control by 25.
Absolutely, and that's because of their defense, and they're doubling on every ball situation. They're doubling.
Well, today's game brought to you by the American Dairy Association, reminding us to fill up with chocolate milk. It's a delicious way to put something good in your body. Nutrient-rich chocolate milk is packed with carbs for energy, protein for muscle growth, electrolytes to rehydrate, and vitamins and minerals to build strong bones. And enjoying low-fat chocolate milk is an easy way to help you get the 3 servings of dairy that you need each day. Find them on Facebook at Fuel Up with Chocolate Milk. Before we continue with third quarter play-by-play, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the OHSAA radio network. Three minutes, 11 seconds to go here in the third quarter. BASJ waiting in the wings for the winner of this game in Saturday's Division III state championship game. Later tonight, 2 Division I semifinals coming your way on the network. Michael Regai, Ron Stokes will have the action for you. It'll be at 5:15 and 8:30 tonight for the 4 Division I contestants. Well, a driving jam on the baseline by Justin Johnson. Nobody picked him up, and he has 9 points, and the rim's still shaking after that dunk.
Well, even if anybody would have picked him up, nobody really has the size to be able to match up with him, so they were going to be getting out of the way anyway.
That may be why they didn't pick him up, Tony.
I wouldn't want to get in there, I can tell you that.
2:38 to go, third quarter. Here's Ramos up top. Ramos into the corner. Jump shot, nope. Walker passed up the open shot. Extra pass. They get it into the hands of Woolley. He's underneath. Couple of pump fakes. He gets it back out to Betzel for 3, and that one rolls around and will not drop. And Justin Johnson knocks the ball out of bounds, and Archbold will keep it. Another patient possession there. Not trying to force anything up. And Betzel had a pretty good look. It just would not drop.
Well, he did, and that was a good shot for him. And again, 44% from the three-point line on the season.
And get it into Betzel deep in front court between the circles. Betzel around the back dribble. They run a couple of bodies at him. Now Ramos working to the top of the key with the ball. Betzel on the right for Archbold. They're trailing by 27. Betzel to the bucket, lays it up with the left hand, couldn't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Woolley trapped under there, and they take it away from him. Freem had the steal. Now on the attack, Justin Johnson goes to the rim again. This time he didn't dunk it, he just banked it in. Justin Johnson with 11 and a foul in the backcourt against Roger Bacon. 51-22. Now a 29-point lead for the Spartans of Roger Bacon, who ended the regular season ranked 10th among Division III teams. That's hard to believe.
It is. It just goes to show the competition that's out there.
Miller across half court on the dribble, guarded by Bibbs. Miller, for the duress that he's been under today, Tony, handling the ball very well. Now Betzel at the top of the key. Gives it to Miller on the right. Comes off a ball screen. They recover quickly. There's Johnson with a steal. Justin Johnson, there's the jam. Threw that one down with the right hand after stealing it at half court. He had a wide open lane to the basket, and he has a baker's dozen.
You knew that one was coming. You could see that one a mile away.
Highlight reel material for Justin Johnson. There's a foul now called against the Spartans. I think they got Bibbs on a reach-in foul. His 4th foul. I had him for 3, but not unusual for me to be off a foul. But 4 fouls now for the starting guard, Bibbs.
Well, here's the tough thing for Archbold. They have not scored in the last 4 minutes.
Right now, 1 minute to go here in the third quarter, and a driving layup by Williams is no good, but they whistle a foul. And I believe they got Hennickes on the foul. That is team foul number 4, third on Hennekees. It is a shooting foul, and Bryce Williams to the line, averaging 15 a game, Tony, but has been limited to 6 today, now make it 7.
Yeah, Roger Bacon's defense has not really allowed any real clean looks, aside from Betzel. Betzel's had a couple of good looks.
We have Jerron Williams in the game right now for Archbold as Bryce Williams hits the second. So he's 2 out of 2 on that trip, 53-24. Roger Bacon by 29. We're less than a minute to go now in the third quarter. State semifinals in Division III. Justin Johnson working through the lane is called on a travel. So a turnover, a rare turnover by Roger Bacon. Archbold will bring it up. 49 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Archbold 22-5. Roger Bacon 24-4. Records are always gaudy here at the Final Fours. These are the best of the best. Right now, Betzel drives to the left side of the lane. Gives a pass away. Now on the left side, that's Williams who lost it. Picked up by Ramos. Into the corner. Betzel open for 3 in a scramble. And it is no good. They crash the offensive boards. Denver Beck is in for Archbold. He knocks the ball out of bounds. Beck seeing his first action. He's a junior.
Well, I'll tell you what Archbold did much better in that possession is at least off the dribble penetration when they're drawing the defenders. The teammates are relocating and giving the pass out. That was actually good execution right there. Betzel just short on the shot, but much better offensive movement for Archbold.
Archbold out of the Northwest Ohio Athletic League. Here in Fulton County. Roger Bacon, of course, the Greater Catholic League participant. Out of Hamilton County, out of the Cincinnati area. Driving into the paint, that's Craig McGee, and he is knocked over. And the foul will go against Jerron Williams, the sophomore, for Archbold. This is their second, make it third team foul, non-shooting foul. James Johnson will throw it in with 5 seconds left here in the third quarter. 5. They'll throw it into McGee. Quick pass over to Freen. Alec Freen pump fakes, gets Ramos in the air and hits the teardrop jumper from about 7 feet out. Alec Freen has 7 points, and Roger Bacon ends the third quarter just the way they started it, with a bucket. 3 quarters in the books. The all-important fourth quarter is next. In the Division III state semifinals, your score, Roger Bacon 55 and Archbold 24. More from Value City Arena is coming next after these words from your local stations on the OHSAA Radio Network.
Do you dance badly or hug in public? That's okay. You don't have to be perfect to be the perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care would love to put up with you. Call 1-888-200-4005 or visit AdoptUsKids.org for more information. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
The Ohio High School Athletic Association is committed to developing well-rounded student athletes.
To support our continued education, the OHSAA and its foundation award more than 50 scholarships annually, totaling over $50,000 to graduating student athletes.
In addition, the OHSAA Foundation hosts leadership conferences around the state, where student athletes participate in sessions on group dynamics, role modeling, positive sporting conduct, and much more.
So don't sit on the sideline. Get involved.
My name is Tom.
My name is Cindy.
We give to and volunteer with United Way at our community free health clinic.
We know our time and money are going to the right places.
We don't just wear the shirt.
We live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
We're underway here in the fourth quarter at Value City Arena. We thank you for joining us today on the OHSAA Radio Network. All of you also listening in on MySpectrumSports.com. Hope you're enjoying our coverage today, and more to come in the Division I state semifinals later this afternoon and tonight. Roger Bacon turns over on their first possession. Archbold has it. Eli Miller, he is trying to absorb a collision with Craig McGee Jr. That'll be Craig's first. And for Roger Bacon, team foul number 5. Through 3 quarters, Tony, Roger Bacon, 24 out of 36 shooting. That is 69% for the game.
Again, that's not only have they been scoring from the outside, but also many of the runouts. I mean, they're just a lot of fast break points.
Yeah, the dunks often lead to a high shooting percentage. Here's Miller with it.
Little minor detail.
Miller, left-hand dribble, down the lane it goes. He lost it. Nick Freem came up with the loose ball, and now Craig McGee Jr. runs the break. They get it back to Alec Freem. He lays it up and in. He is tough to stop. Freem has great size, 6'4", just a sophomore, and he has 9 points. And a long pass down court, and Toby Walker will get credit for a bucket as James Johnson comes in and swats it away, but it's a goaltending call.
He pinned that thing up against the backboard.
57-26. It's one of those where you say, look, I'm going to get a goaltend, but it's going to look good.
Well, he's laughing about it, too.
6:45 to go here in the fourth quarter, and miscommunication there as Alec Freem throws it right through the hands of Craig McGee Jr., was expecting the pass to go somewhere else. Miller will bring it up for Archbold. It's been Roger Bacon's day here at the Shot. Ramos has the ball. 57-26, a 31-point lead. There's a steal for James Johnson. He's trying to outrun Ramos and does so to the rim. He lays it up and got it. James Johnson has 13 now.
Oh, nice job there once again, converting off of a turnover.
59-26. Williams has his shot swatted away by James Johnson. No goaltending there. Now they get the ball ahead to Bibbs. And Bibbs will play it back out front. McGee has it. Now back to Nick Freem, standing right in front of Brent Ford. Takes a dribble and back out to McGee Jr. Roger Bacon will take a patient approach on this possession. Less than 6 to go here in regulation, as the Spartans are cruising into the state championship game on Saturday. With the ball, James Johnson has it. Johnson down the lane, he goes, left-hand layup, boy, unstoppable.
Now, yeah, it's just it. Anybody's going to have to double down on him. He's too much for a one-on-one situation.
A long three, that's going to rim out by Bryce Williams. 61-26, Roger Bacon. And right now, Bibbs has the ball and back out to McGee, and they'll lob it down low, but it's tipped out of bounds by Bryce Williams.
Oh, nice recovery by Williams there.
The subs will come in for both teams. Justin Johnson comes in, as well as Tony Lukin for Archbold. Ramos gets a breather, and Betzel checks back in.
Well, Dave, 16 turnovers for Archbold here this afternoon, and Roger Bacon has definitely made them pay, outscoring them.
Here's Freem for three, wide open, and he just nails it.
Absolutely.
Big splash down for Freem, no iron at all. He has 12 points. It's 64-26. Williams for three, and that one rolls in. Bryce Williams has 11 points for Archbold.
Nice job by Williams spotting up there. But I'll tell you, Roger Bacon is outscoring Archbold 25-0 off of points off turnovers.
Yeah, they have forced turnovers all day long and capitalized very, very quickly. They can advance the ball as fast as any team in the state. Justin Johnson up top by Bibbs. And you can tell Roger Bacon now trying to be a little more deliberate on offense, as Bibbs will try to give it to Freem on a back cut. It goes off of Freem's foot and out of bounds. Yeah, and in the paint as well. Brent Ford tells us it is a 46-0 advantage for points in the paint today.
Well, you know, the thing is he's just, you know, Archbold does not really have the size inside to, you know, to be able to compete. It's just a tough matchup.
Eli Miller brings it ahead into the front court. Miller has it at the arc. He's open for three, shoots, and it is just a little short. The rebound down to Alec Freem. Freem to Bibbs. And Bibbs sprints into front court, and he'll reverse things. Gives it now to Justin Johnson. He drives to the side of the lane, draws contact, and he'll go to the line for two shots. Justin Johnson will set up at the foul line. Looks like they got Garricky on the foul. And Justin Johnson with 13 today. You have Alec Freem with 12, Craig McGee Jr. with 12, James Johnson with 15, and now this man, Justin Johnson, at the line. He has 13. And the shot's good, so he has 14 points on the day now. And it's a 65-29 lead. Not often that you come to the Final Four and have a score with such disparity here.
Well, no, but Johnson, going back to him, he's 6 for 6 from the field.
He hits his second foul shot and has 15 points. 66-29. Betzel has the ball for Archbold. And it's going to come right over here to us. Ball was tipped out of bounds. And it rolls right over here to our side of the court. But the last to touch it was Roger Bacon. I believe that was Bibbs. And so now some new players will start coming in. Alec Freem, his day is probably over. And Roger Bacon will send in Alante Shearer. He is a 6-foot junior, averaging a point a game this year for Roger Bacon. Hennekes is back in as well. Eli Miller angles to the left, and a reach-in foul called against Shearer. Nope, they call that one against Hennekes. I believe that's his 4th foul.
Well, this will give Archbold an opportunity here to inbound. They're going to go 4 crossed on the baseline. Nice to see if they can score off this inbound.
Team foul number 6 against Roger Bacon. They have to flip it way back toward half court to Garricky to get it inbounds. Now the ball controlled by Toby Walker. Miller for 3. That's off to the right, no good. And a foul on the rebound. They're going to get Bibbs on the foul. And Bibbs can't believe it. And that is going to be it for him. That's 5 fouls. Nope, they call it on Lukin. No matter how many years I come here, Tony, I never wait on the announcement. I always jump the gun.
Well, actually, he thought it was on him also. So he was sitting there thinking, hey, what are you doing? He didn't think he fouled, but
he was protesting.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And then got the good news that he was still in the game. 5 subs are coming in for Archbold. A very nice move by Doug Krause to let some of his older and more experienced varsity players leave to a ovation from their crowd. And a very disappointed bunch of Blue Streaks over there without question here with 3:24 to go. And the shot is up, and it is good by Garricky, who stepped into the starting lineup, and now he will leave as well. So Garricky hits both. He has 2 points on the day. He had to start today for Austin Welch, who was injured in pregame warmups today. 66-31. 3:13 to go. Roger Bacon has the ball, and the ball controlled right now up top by Jack Bishop, who is in for Roger Bacon. Get the ball to Lukin underneath. Lukin puts it up strong and missed it off the back iron. And the rebound comes down to Luke McQuaid. He is a junior. The 3 ball, and it is good from the left by Jerron Williams. That's his first basket of the afternoon, and it's 66-34.
That's a nice shot there. Williams just spots up.
Now a lazy pass, and it's stolen away momentarily by Brandon Miller of Archbold, but they call him on a reach-in foul. It's his first, team foul number 5, and Roger Bacon will inbound. 2:35, and I'm sure a lot of observers here already starting to contemplate that matchup between Roger Bacon and VASJ.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Tell you what, that's going to be a track meet, that's for sure.
I'll get it to Lukin. He's outside the lane. Gets it over to Bishop now. Hennekes, and now over to Craig Moore II. There's number 0 for Roger Bacon. They get it underneath. Shot was partially blocked. Alante Shearer is fouled, and he will be going to the line for 2 shots. And it looks like the foul will go against Austin Wiemken. Wiemken, the sophomore, picks up his first, team foul number 6 as we play out the string here at Value City Arena. 2:10 to go here in the 4th quarter. It's been all Roger Bacon, their 7th Final Four appearance. And the shot is no good. He'll have 1 more coming. 2-time state champs back in 2002 when they upset St. Vincent St. Mary here. And then also back in 1982. So Looks like they'll be moving on, looking for their third school state title, as they hold a commanding 66-34 lead. There is the next shot by Shearer, and it is short. And the rebound tipped away and grabbed by Luke McQuaid of Archbold. Here come the Blue Streaks now. Ron Williams plays it back out. Jump pass back to Williams. Here's a 3-ball. It is perfect. It's by number 20. I have no idea who that is. Not on the roster.
Zimmerman.
Happens all the time.
Well, they list so many, you know, they're allowed to put a bunch on there.
66-37. A running right-hander rims out for Roger Bacon's Craig Moore II. He is fouled. And it looks like Luke McQuaid guilty of the foul for Archbold. He's going to send Craig Moore, the junior, to the line. There is the shot. It is up, and it is good. So he is in the scoring column in the state semifinals. Makes it a 67-37 game. You say that is Zimmerman?
Well, Zimmerman's out now.
Okay.
Now Brandon Miller's in.
Here is the shot, and Moore hits both. He has his first two, and it's 68-37. And so more subs are coming in. Well, you just feel for Austin Welch, the senior, who was injured today, warming up. And he is on the bench right now in a T-shirt and ice on that left knee. And did not get a chance to participate here at the Final Four in his senior year. And you just feel for that young man and the whole program.
Yeah, it's a tough situation, that's for sure.
Pass deflected, saved. Archbold still has it, put up and in. Give the bucket to Wimkin. He scores. He's just a sophomore. He'll go to the line for a possible three-point play.
Oh, nice job there by Wimkin. He stayed with the play.
68-39. We have 1:17 to go here at Value City. Roger Bacon held a commanding 35-16 lead at halftime. And they have never been challenged here in the second half. The shot is up and good. Wimkin converts the three-point play, and it's 68-40. 28-point lead for the Spartans of Roger Bacon High School. They have the ball now with just over a minute to go and a traveling violation. That's Yusef Williams, who is in the game, a 6'5 junior.
Again, shuffling those feet before you're ready to put the ball on the floor. That's footwork is huge. You have to know how you're receiving the pass, but then you also have to read the defense and how they're playing you, and then decide which way you're going to be going from there.
Boy, very difficult to kind of slow your body and mind down, right, Tony?
Absolutely, you have to. Again, just being able to read things, and that's all too often if you start getting going too fast.
50 seconds left, 5-0. Archbold inbounds under their own basket. Gets the ball over to Jerron Williams right now. Williams is going to slide down, almost travel with the basketball. He lost his footing as he drove to the foul line.
Well, and he conceded he was going to try and give it up, but realized he was just nowhere, and he just actually hung on to the ball.
And there was a tie-up, so the arrow favors Archbold. They get it in bounds. Bryson Taylor is in the game. Williams over to Brandon Miller for Archbold. Here's Williams for three. That's going to roll in.
Nice shot there by Williams. He did a nice job of relocating. And again, he can shoot, but he had the space to be able to get that shot off.
68-43. We have 20 seconds left. Roger Bacon need not attempt another shot. Craig Moore has it out front. They will hand it over to Jack Bishop. He'll stand out near the 10-second line. We have 11 seconds left in the D3 second semifinal. Roger Bacon cruising to victory this afternoon, and they will head into the state championship game. Final 2 seconds clicking down, and there's the buzzer, and Roger Bacon is victorious today over Archbold by a final score of 68-43. Roger Bacon improves to 25-4. And they dispatch the Blue Streaks, who will end their campaign with a record of 22-6. as they came back to Columbus for the first time, the Final Four, since 2006. Our post-game coverage will commence in just a moment. First, we'll pause for these words from the OHSAA Radio Network, brought to you by Chocolate Milk.
Hi, I'm Ron Stokes, analyst for Ohio State basketball.
I'm Jim Lachey, analyst for Ohio State football.
Want an edge on your competition? Start by eating a balanced, nutrient-rich diet packed with protein, carbohydrates, and dairy.
And finish with a low-fat or fat-free chocolate milk. It provides 9 essential nutrients to replenish the fluids lost when you've given it your all.
You've trained, practiced, and played. Now fuel up with chocolate milk.
For more information, visit drink-milk.com.
American Dairy Association Mideast is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The OHSAA state tournaments don't stop when they cut down the nets at the Schottenstein Center. Spring is here, and that means it's time for a new season of high school sports across Ohio. The OHSAA Radio Network will call all the action at the baseball and softball state tournaments, June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, as the ladies return to historic Firestone Stadium in Akron, and the boys take over award-winning Huntington Park in downtown Columbus. Keep your dial turned right here for more exciting